What is the two-state solution to the Israel-Palestine conflict? Chief Adviser Dr Muhammad Yunus, in his address to the United Nations General Assembly, called for a two-state solution for resolving the decades-long Israel-Palestine conflict. Earlier, the UN endorsed a declaration on the two-state solution to ensure a peaceful settlement of the conflict. So what exactly is the two-state solution? We'll be exploring that question in today's Star Explains. On September 26th, Dr. Yunus called for establishing an independent state of Palestine following the two-state solution. Earlier on September 12th, the UN General Assembly endorsed the New York Declaration on peaceful settlement of the conflict through the implementation of the two-state solution. A total of 142 countries, including Bangladesh, India, China, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE, among others, voted in favor of the resolution, with 70 of them co-sponsoring it. The resolution was opposed by 10 countries, including Israel, the USA, and Argentina, while among 25 states, the UK abstained from voting and 16 countries were absent. What the solution calls for? It is a proposed roadmap to resolving the Israel-Palestine conflict through the formation of two separate sovereign states, a Jewish state of Israel and an Arab state of Palestine, on the territory of the former Mandatory Palestine. It came as an alternative to the one-state solution that calls for a single state of Palestine with equal rights for all inhabitants, including Arabs and Jews. The two-state solution calls for specific boundaries of the two states of Israel and Palestine, the status of Jerusalem, especially demanding East Jerusalem as the Palestinian capital, the return of Israeli-occupied settlements to Palestine, and the right to Palestinian refugees to return to those settlements. The proposal for separate Jewish and Arab states in the territory of Palestine first came in 1937 from a British Royal Commission of Inquiry known as the Peel Commission, led by Lord Peel. It was formed in 1936 to investigate the root of the Palestine conflict. Later in 1947, the United Nations General Assembly adopted a partition plan for Palestine, which led to the 1948 Palestine War and saw the formation of the Jewish de facto state of Israel. It took control of West Jerusalem, which was supposed to be an international zone, while Jordan took control of East Jerusalem and the West Bank. Egypt occupied the Gaza Strip. In 1967, after the Six-Day War, Israel military occupied the West Bank, including East Jerusalem and the Gaza Strip. Diplomatic efforts to realize the two-state solution gained traction around the Camp David summit in 2000, but the talks failed to reach any consensus. The basis of the Arab Peace Initiative, endorsed by the Arab League in 2002 and re-endorsed in 2007 and 2017, is also the two-state solution. Is Israel on board? While the Palestinian authorities support the idea of a two-state solution, Israel currently rejects the creation of an independent Palestinian state, citing national security. Likewise, Israel's long-standing ally, the USA, opposes the proposal, even though it garnered support from a majority of the UN member states. Israel authorities have always demanded that there will only be a single sovereign state of Israel, discarding any possibility of the formation of an independent Palestinian state. The Palestinian Declaration of Independence of November 15, 1988, referred to the UN Partition Plan of 1947 and the UN resolutions since then, thereby supporting the two-state solution and calling for legitimacy of Palestinian statehood. From some perspectives, it is also seen as an explicit recognition of Israel from Palestine. What would happen without the two-state solution? According to a 2021 survey, if a two-state solution cannot be achieved, 77% predicted that a one-state reality would be similar to an apartheid, while 17% thought a one-state reality would increase inequality but would not be akin to an apartheid. 1% believed that a binational state with equal rights for all inhabitants can be the solution. The major roadblock to implementing the two-state solution is Israel's argument that the Arab communities, including Palestinians, are not yet prepared to accept a Jewish state on any terms. As such, it cites the idea of an independent Palestine as a security threat to Israel. However, According to a poll by the US State Department, 78% Palestinians and 74% Israelis believe that a peaceful settlement to the conflict can be possible through the two-state solution by allowing both Palestine and Israel to live side by side as sovereign states. For a considerable time, especially since the failed Camp David summit, the two-state solution lost steam, until the ongoing Gaza war prompted multiple governments to reignite support for the long-dormant idea, despite serious pushbacks from Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his government. The recent recognition of the State of Palestine from a number of countries, including France, Canada, the UK, and Australia, further fueled the call for implementing the two-state solution. But for now, it remains to be seen whether the US endorsement of the resolution could see its implementation to lead to the formation of separate independent states of Palestine and Israel. And if it does happen, it could finally pave the way for peace in the Middle East.